Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I'll be fighting an 1850-point battle between my Dark Angels and John's Blood Angels. So the story that we've got going on here is that there was reports that there was a chaos librarian on this planet that was forming up a force to come attack the Imperium. So the Inquisition sent out Greyfax herself, the witch hunter, to go and find him and bring him into justice, along with a strong force of blood angels to help her. The Dark Angels got word that this librarian was here, and there were rumors that it may have been one of the Fallen that was out here. So they sent a force to go see if they could run him to ground first and take him into custody before the Blood Angels and the Inquisition found him. So the Dark Angels were on this planet looking for him. That's why we got a bunch of interrogator chaplains that were sent out to go try to bring down this Fallen. And they wanted to try to catch him before the Inquisition could get their hands on him, but they didn't want to let them know that they were here. So when the Blood Angels arrived in system and saw a force of Marines on the planet here, they tried to call down, but the Dark Angels didn't respond because they shouldn't have been there. And when the Blood Angels heard this, they assumed that this must have been a force of chaos that was gathered here and that were working with the librarian that they were hunting. So they struck hard. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing one of the ITC missions, the Crusade mission. So before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies and psychic powers that will be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a Ravenwing Strike Force and a Combined Arms Detachment. Leading off the Ravenwing Strike Force, we have an Interrogator Chaplain on a bike. We have a 5-man Ravenwing Command Squad with an Apothecary. We have a 3-man Ravenwing Black Knight Squad. We have a Land Speeder with a Heavy Bolter and an Assault Cannon. We have a Land Speeder with a Heavy Flamer and an Assault Cannon. We have a Dark Shroud. We have 4 separate attack bikes with multi-meltas. Then for the Combined Arms Detachment, leading that off, we have an Interrogator Chaplain with a Jump Pack. We have 2 5-man tactical squads, one with a Heavy Bolter and one with a Meltagun. We have a 10-man Assault Squad with Jump Packs and 2 Flamers. We have a 5-man Command Squad with Meltaguns and a drop pod as a dedicated transport. And last but not least, we have 2 separate Mortis Pattern Dreadnoughts with 2 twin-link las cannons each. So for the Blood Angels, he'll be running an Inquisitorial Detachment, an Angel's Fury Spearhead Force, and a Chapter Ancients formation. Leading off the Inquisitorial Detachment, we have Greyfax herself. And we have a Valkyrie with multi-laser, heavy bolter sponsons, rocket pods, and loom flares. Then, starting off the Angel's Fury Detachment here, we have a Storm Raven with Assault Cannon, multi-melta, Hurricane Bolters, and a 10-man Tactical Squad. The Sergeant has a Power Sword, Grav Pistol, and Teleport Homer. There's a Grav Gun, and that missile launcher back there is not there, it's just a bolter. We have another Storm Raven with Assault Cannon, Multi-Melta, Hurricane Bolters, and another 10-man Tactical Squad with a Veteran Sergeant with a Power Axe, a Plasma Pistol, and Teleport Homer, and a Heavy Bolter, and a Meltagun. We have a third Storm Raven with Las Cannon, Multi-Melta, and then a 10-man Tactical Squad with a Veteran Sergeant with a Lightning Claw and a Teleport Homer. Then for the Chapter Ancients formation, from left to right, we have a Furioso Dreadnought with a Frag Cannon and an underslung Stormbolter with a drop pod as a dedicated transport. We have a Level 2 Librarian Dreadnought with an underslung Meltagun and a Force Halberd and a drop pod as a dedicated transport. And last but not least, another Furioso Dreadnought with an underslung Heavy Flamer and a Frag Cannon and a drop pod as a dedicated transport. Psychic powers for the Blood Angels. His Dreadnought rolled on Sanguinary Discipline and has Quickening as the Primaris, then rolled and got Fear of the Darkness and the Blood Lance. And Greyfax rolled on Telepathy, so she has Psychic Shriek she got invisibility and terrify. Going over deployment now, we have one of my mortars pattern dreadnoughts up on top here. We've got my tactical squad with the heavy bolter down under here. This is objective number 1. My objective number 1's back over here. We have the 10-man assault squad down in here with my interrogated chaplain with the jump pack attached to them. And over here we have my mortars pattern dreadnought, the other mortars pattern dreadnought, and the other tactical squad with the melt-a-gun inside of this building over here. And everything else of mine is in reserves. Everything of John's is in reserves. So he has a null deploy here on me. So as of right now, the Blood Angels are going to go first unless I seize the initiative. But I'm not going to seize the initiative because I don't want to do that. So we will come back to you with the objectives rolled for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. So the Blood Angels rolled up and decided to go with objective 3 and 4, which is destroy an enemy unit, destroy an enemy unit. He didn't upgrade it to the destroy 3 units and get 3 Maelstrom points. He's just going to go for either 1 or 2 here on the first turn. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Blood Angels on turn 1. His Storm Raven squadron came in here, so these guys are all positioned around here. He's holding that right there because that's just where he's going to be, but we're going to immediately take him off and just put the base up there because I don't want to see that model fall over. And then in came 2 of the Furioso dreadnoughts dropped in over here. This one scattered back a bit, but not too much, and this guy was a direct hit right there in front of these guys. So that's it for movement phase, so we'll come back to you with, nope, no psychers here, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. I forgot, we've got the intercept phase because my mortars pattern dreadnoughts have interceptors, so we're going to go over that now. So he is going to fire into this one over here, who is going to jink. So I've got 2 twin-linked las cannon shots here, hitting on 3s. Both hits. Armor 12 in the front there, so looking for 3s to glance. We've got 1 glance and 1 pen, so we'll do the glance first. At 3+, jink save because of night fight? No, and then the pen. No, so that goes through. Let's see the pen result. +1 to this result. 4, so it is the stun, so it has to, it's snap shooting and can't move, but it's a flying. We'll figure out what that one does and we'll come back to you. All right, so it what happens is it has to fly 18 inches and can't turn next turn and snap fire, so he's probably going to be flying off the table. So now he is going to intercept the one that's up on top over here, who's also going to jink. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. Twin linked. 2 hits. Looking for 3s to glance. We got 1 glance and 1 pen, so let's do the glance first. 3 up. No, and then the pen. That, he does make that one, so it just goes down 1 whole point, and we'll be snap firing because he jinked, but that's that. All right, so now we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 1. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, he is going to fire into my dreadnought over here. So he's going to power the machine spirit, the multi-melta into him. So this is going to be hitting on a 3. Twin linked. No, that is a miss. And then he's got Snapfire and Assault Cannon, who's also twin linked. So hitting on 6s. I got 1 hit so far, twin linked. Just the 1 hit, so strength 6, looking for 6 to, it will be a pen. No, nothing there. All right, now he is going to, the one that's invisible right now, he's going to fire his, he's going to use Power of the Machine Spirit to fire the last cannon at him, so hitting that on 3s. That's a hit, so looking for on a 12, so looking for a 3 to glance. Pen. That is a pen. We've got a 6-up night fight save. No! Result +1. 3, so he will be snap firing. All right. All right, moving on to the one that didn't jink during the intercept phase. He's going to fire at him with the primary. So he's going to fire 1 of his missiles. He's going to fire the assault cannon and the multi-melta at him. And then he's going to power the machine spirit, 1 of the missiles, into him over here. So we're going to go with the melta first, hitting on a 3. That's a hit, looking for a 4 to glance. He's not in melta range. That's a pen. 6-up night fight save. Oh, I saw it there. I saw it. Oh, man. +2 to the result. 6, so it is immobilized. All right. And now we're going to go with the assault cannon into him over here. Hitting on 3s, twin linked. All right, looking for 6s. That will be pens because of rending. We got 1 rend. 6-up. Night fight save. Show me a fill first. No, so that's going through. The result is a 2, so snap firing. All right, and down to 1 hull point. And then the missile hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength 8, right? So 4 to glance. No, nothing on that one. And now the missile is going to go into him over here. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Glancing on a 4. Whoop. No, nothing over there. Okay. All right, now we're going to move over here. He's going to fire his frag cannon into these guys. So he can get 6 under the template, and there's 2 shots of that. So we got 12 shots coming in here. Strength 6, wounding on 2s. So all but 1, and 1 is a rend, so that will be 1 auto dead because ignores cover and rending. We'll come back to you with the saves over there. All right, and here come the 10 3+ armor saves for them. Failed a bunch of them, so I failed 1, 2, 3, 4. So I failed 4, so 4 more guys are dead. All right. And then the heavy flamer can get 3 guys there, so wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3F armor saves. And they're good. Woo! Stormbolter is now going to fire into them, hitting on 3s. Okay. All right, so he is going to be firing into the tactical squad in here. He can get 4 guys with his frag cannon here. So we've got 8 hits coming in here, wounding on 2s. All right, so we've got 6 wounds, 2 of which are rending. So then we've got 4 saves, 4 3-up armor saves. Failed 2 more, so that's a total of 4 guys. All right. And now the Stormbolter is going to fire into him. So hitting on 3s. You got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. He's good. Woo! Oh, now the drop pod is going into him. Hitting on 3s. We got 1 hit. Wounded on a 4. No wound there. All right. And I think that is it for the shooting phase here for the Blood Angels. So we will come back to you with the objectives that I roll for the Dark Angels on turn 1. All right, so I rolled and I got 4 and 6, which is destroy an enemy unit, and then have 3 of mine and none of my enemy in my deployment zone. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He can't move. These guys stood where they were. These guys shuffled up 4 inches over this way. These guys came in, dropped right there. I tried to get it within 3 inches of that, but I scattered forward a bit, so I'm out of range of that objective, but still right where I needed him to be. He just kind of shuffled around a bit over this way, and he also moved around over that way. So that is it for the movement phase for Dark Angels. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into his Dreadnought over here. So I got 5 shots, hitting on 3s. We got 3 hits. All of these are in melter range. So the first one is looking for 2 to glance. That is a pen. Second one is a pen. Third one is a pen. So that's 3 pens. He's got 3 night fight saves here. So 6 ups.
3 6 up.
We got 1 6 up. So there's so technically it's still alive at this point. But these 2 that went through were pens. So plus 2 to the result here. And we got it blows up. All right, and that is first blood. Woo! And we'll come back to you and let's see the range. 4 inches, so we'll figure out what happens with that. All right, so it killed 2 of my melted guys there, not great, and it killed 1 of my assault guys over here in the explosion. So pretty nasty explosion. Apparently I hit the I guess the frag cannon rounds, whatever was holding them there. Those exploded. All right, so we'll keep moving on. All right, this squad here can throw a crack grenade into the drop pod over there. So hitting on 3. That's a hit. Looking for a 6 to glance. No, nothing there. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase because everything else that can still shoot, all of my las cannon guys, they shot in the intercept phase, so they can't shoot this phase, and everything else can actually wound his other stuff. So we will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, they actually failed their leadership test and fell back 7 inches, so that's where they are. And then these guys are going to charge into here. So needing just anything but. And they are in, so we will come back to you with that. All right, so going to this attack, my Interrogator Chaplain will actually be strength 6, so he can do something over there. And then one of the guys in here can use a crack grenade in the assault phase since they changed with the FAQ and only 1 per squad can use them. So the Interrogator Chaplain has 3 base, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon, plus 1 for the charge, and then the crack grenade, because these are all auto-hitting since it's an immobilized vehicle, and they're all going to be strength 6, so it doesn't really matter, and none of them are AP enough to do anything anyway, because I can't pen. So I'm looking for 3 6s on this. If I can get 3 6s on this, that's going to be really great, and I'll be very happy. But if I don't, I'm not going to be too happy. So here we go. Looking for 3 6s. I got no 6s. All right, so that is still alive and in my deployment zone, which is not great. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you with well, actually, he didn't get his objectives there on turn 1, so we'll come back to you with the objectives that he rolls here for turn 2. All right, my opponent rolled and got 4 and 5, which is destroy an enemy unit and have a scoring unit at least partially within my deployment zone. So we'll come back to you after movement phase on turn 2 for the Blood Angels here. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here. He's shuffling over this way. This is the flyer that was on top of here. That's come over to this way, so he's still zooming, looking on over onto my Dreadnought over there. He dropped into hover mode here, looking over on these guys. The Inquisitorial detachment came in, so he flew in straight over this way, dropped Greyfax, and she scattered all the way over to there. So she passed, failed her dangerous terrain test, but then passed the armor save, so she is fine, but she is stuck way back there. So that is it for the movement phase. Oh, the other flyer that was over here just flew off the board, the one that was vector locked. So that is it for movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so for the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 6, leaving him with 8 dice, leaving me with 6 dice. She is going to cast invisibility upon herself, looking for 2, and not getting it. So that is the end of the psychic phase, or are you going to try anything else?
She'll cast force for fun.
She's going to try to cast force here. That also does not go off. So that is it. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting out the shooting phase, the Valkyrie is going to fire into the tactical squad there. So we're going to start out with the multi-laser.
Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s. We got 1 hit, strength 6, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. He's good. Now the heavy bolters are going to fire into them, hitting on 4s. Ooh, we got quite a few hits there. That's pretty good. All right, wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 2 wounds, 2, 3 up armor saves. Failed one of them. All right, and now we're gonna fire the rocket pods going on there, so it'll hit everybody below there because of the new FAQ. It can't do any damage to the Dreadnought, but it'll hit all 4 if it's a direct hit. Direct hit, so that will be 4 hits. Strength, what is it?
Strength 4.
Strength 4.
But there's 2 of them.
Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, so here comes the second one. Sorry, that's gonna be way off of this way. So. So we've got 4 hits here. Strength 4, so wounding on 4s. Woo! Wow, 4 wounds. All right, 4, 3 plus armor saves. Make all but 1, so another guy dies. All right. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the this Storm Raven over here. He's gonna fire into the Dreadnought over here. So he's gonna have the Multi-Melta and the Assault Cannon firing into him, and then he's going to power the Machine Spirit, one of the Hurricane Bolters, into the guys down there. So. Let's do the Multi-Melta first, hitting on a 3, that's a hit. Within Melta range, so looking for a 4 to glance. That is a pen, so it is a wreck. Let's see if it explodes. Nope, it does not explode, so it is just a wreck. All right, and now the Hurricane Bolters are going to fire into here. He's just out of double tap range, so we've got 3 shots hitting on 3s, twin linked. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 1 3 up armor save. No, and he is dead. All right, so the flying Storm Raven over here is going to fire into him with everything. So he's going to fire Multi-Melta, Las Cannon, and 2 of the missiles into him. So we go to Melta first, hitting on a 3, twin linked. That's a hit. Melta range, so looking for a 4 to glance. That is a pen. The result of the pen. That's explode. All right, the distance. 1 inch, so it's not going to hit anything else, but it explodes. Okay. All right, the drop out here is going to fire at my lone Marine over here, hitting on 3s. Whoop, that's a scattered eye. No hits. This drop pod here is going to fire at that Marine over there, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounded on 4s. Got 1 wound, 1 3 up armor save. No, he did. All right, the Fragnot here is going to fire into them. He can hit 2 of them, so 4 hits, wounding on 2, so that's 4 wounds. So we've got 4, but none of them were rending. So we've got 4 3 up armor saves. That one is cocked. Oh, 2 did. And now he's going to fire the Storm Bolter into them. 1 hit, wounding on the 4. No, nothing there. All right, so moving on. That's it for the shooting phase. Everyone who got shot that took damage passed their leadership test. So starting out here with the assault phase, he is going to charge into him. Because he's technically still falling back, because I don't regroup until my turn, I can't fire Overwatch. So he needs an 8-inch charge to try to make this. No, he does not make it, but yeah, he didn't get shot at, so it's all good. All right, that is the end of the Blood Angels turn here. So we'll come back to you with the objectives that I got and then my new rolling ones. All right, so I got my one objective 4, kill an enemy unit, and then I rolled and got 2 and 4. So hold either objective 2 and destroy an enemy unit. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, we forgot that when these guys were over here during the assault phase, they would have been able to get their attack because they were still in base. They never moved out. So we've got 3 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon for the chaplain, who's going to be a strength 6, and then the 1 crack grenade. Auto hitting, looking for 6s to glance. We got 2 glances. All right, so he's down to 1 hull point. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. In came everybody from the Raven Wing. So these guys all came in. I just moved everyone on from my table edge instead of outflanking. So they all came on this way. There's my land speeder, the heavy flamer, came in over there. All 4 of these guys came in this way. He jumped over this way. He's good right where he is. And then these guys came in over on this way. They went up 6 inches over that way. So, and these guys jumped over there past their dangerous terrain test. So that is it for the movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, we're going to start off with the assault cannon from that land speeder firing into him over here. So, hitting on 3s. All right, we got 4 hits. Looking for a 6 to pen. So looking for just 1 6 and it will be done. Got no 6s. That's rough. So the last command squad guy is going to fire into him over there. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit in melta range. So looking for a 4 to glance. And that is a pen. So it will be gone. Let's see if it explodes. Plus 3 to the result because it's open topped. Plus melta. No, it's just an immobilized, so it is just a wreck. All right, moving on. This Black Knight squad is going to fire into his dreadnought over there. So he is going to jink. Just kidding, he can't do that. So we've got 6 rapid firing shots from the plasma talons. So hitting on 3s. All right, twin linked. Yep, that's all hits. Glancing on 3s. 3 pens. So let's see if it explodes. Plus 1 to these results. It does explode. The result, it's going to explode 2 inches. So we'll figure that one out and come back to you. All right, and he is gone. So, but no one else got hurt in that. All right, these guys are going to fire into his hovering Storm Raven over here. He is going to jink. So I'm going to be shooting 10 plasma shots, and then the black is going to be the crack grenade from the chaplain over there, which is going to be hitting on 2. Everything else is hitting on 3s. So looking for 3s and 2. All right, twin linked on these. I got 1 gets hot and 1 miss. The gets hot, 3 up. Cocked, 3 up. He's good with a fill face. So this is going to be glancing on a 6. These are going to be glancing on 5s. Okay, so we got, we got 2 pens and a glance. Let's do the glance first. So 4 up. Good. That's good. And then the 2 pens. Looking for 4 ups. No, well, 1 goes through. So plus 1 to the result for AP2. Oh, and it's a fill face. So that is an explosion. So we will we'll come back to you once we get that one going. All right, so nobody got hurt in the ensuing explosion because it wasn't zooming at the time, it was in hover mode, so they didn't have to take that crash and burn test. So that is where we are with them. This guy is going to fire into those dude bros over there. So 3 shots with the heavy bolter, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound, 1 3 up. No, he did. All right, the heavy bolter in there is going to fire into them. So we got 3 shots hitting on 3s. We got 3 hits, wounding on 3s. We've got 2 wounds, 2 3 ups. They're good. All right, we're going to start firing into the flying zooming flyer over here. He is going to jinx. So we're going to start with the guy on the right there. Only the multi-melter can do anything. So hitting on a 6. Oh, I saw it. It did want to come. Then on to the next one. Nope. On to the third one. There it is. He's got armored ceramite, so it doesn't get to stack there. So glancing on a 4. That's a glance. Jinking. No, so he takes a glance. And then the fourth one is a hit on a 4. No, nothing there. All right, now my land speeder is going to fire into him. So hitting on 6s. Got 1 hit. Oh, baby. Come on. Show me another 6 for a pen, technically. Oh, it's a pen. Here we go, because of the rending. 4 up. No! So it is wreck. And everyone inside is, well, strength 10. You still, technically, I got roll 1s. Because, yeah, so that will be crashing and burning. So we will figure that one out and come back to you. All right, the crash and burn went directly there, so it hit my drop pod. But didn't do anything to it. And then the strength 10 hits that everyone took in there, it killed 8 of the guys, including his sergeant, so he's got the 2 Bolter Marines. But they're not pinned. So that's that. All right, these guys are going to fire into the last 2 Marines over here. Black is going to be the interrogator triple and hitting on 2. Everyone else is hitting on 3s. Alrighty, so we got 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. They're good. Drop pod is going to fire into these guys over here, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 4. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. They're good. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. We will come back to you with the assault phase. JK, not going to charge, so. So we will come back to you with the objectives for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. All right, so my opponent actually got both of his objectives because this guy is just within 12. So he got have someone in my deployment zone, and he got destroy unit because he killed a lot of my stuff on his turn. So, but then he rolled again, and he got 2 and 4. So hold objective 2 and destroy an enemy unit. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. In came his warlord here. Tried to drop over there, scattered over this way, and then he ran over that way. So that's that guy in here. Greyfax is coming around the corner over here. These guys shuffled up over this way. He turned over this way, is still zooming flying. He came in out of ongoing reserves, and those guys dropped down underneath there with the Skies of Blood, is it called? Skies of Blood maneuver, which let them drop down there. They directly hit, so they didn't have to take dangerous terrain tests. These guys shuffled up this way, and that is it for movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase here on turn 3. All right, so my opponent rolled a 2 for the psychic phase, leaving him with 6 dice, leaving me with 2 dice. So first thing he's going to do is cast invisibility on Greyfax. Goes off with 3, so I cannot deny it. So she is invisible. And now you've got 2 dice left, and she is going to try to psychic shriek this unit over here. So needing 1, getting it with 1. Show me some fill faces! Yeah, with a fill phase! Woo! So no psychic shriek. All right, so we will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting with the shooting phase, Greyfax is going to fire a bolter into these guys over here. So hitting on a 2.
3.
Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. No wound. And now the drop pod here is going to fire into them, hitting on a 3. No, nothing there. All right, these guys are going to fire into here. Everyone's going to shoot bolt pistols, except for the sergeant, who's going to shoot his plasma pistol, and then the melta-gun over there. So the gold die is going to be the melta-gun. The blue die is the plasma pistol. So hitting on 3s. All right, except for that. So all hits except for that. So I jinked. I already told him I was going to jink. I don't know if I told the audience here. So those are going to be wounding on 5s. These are going to be wounding on 2s. All right. So we've got 2 wounds. Doesn't matter to them because I'm going to jink both of them. They've got skilled rider, plus they've got stealth from this, so it's a 2-up jink save. And they are good. Woo! All right, the guys down here are going to fire into these guys here. We've got a grav pistol, a grav gun, and a rapid firing bolter. So red is going to be the bolter, gold are going to be the grav shots, because the grav gun is salvo 2-3, so he's only got 2 shots from the grav gun because they moved since they dropped in. So hitting on 3s. All right. Yep. Okay. So the gold are going to be wounding on 3s. The red is going to be wounding on a 4. Oh, wow. Okay, so all wounds. I've got one armor save. Which one do you want to do first? Okay, we're going to do the armor save first. 3 up. Whoop. Fell off there. He's good. And then we've got three 5-ups. Well, I'm going to take one at a time because I've got the sergeant out there. So 5 up. Oh, come on. Stay on the goddamn... He's good with a fill face. Second one is dead. So the sergeant is dead. And then I've got a 4-up invul save on my interrogator chaplain there. He's good. Woo! Valkyrie is now going to fire into these guys here. So we're going to start with the multi-laser, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. No, he's dead. Now the heavy bolters are going to fire in here, hitting on 4s. We've got 1, 2, 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. 2 3-ups. 2 wounds. And now the rocket pods are going to go there. That's going to scatter off 6 minus 3, so it's 3 inches. We'll figure this one out. First one hit one guy. Next one is a direct hit. So that's going to be 3 hits on there. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to look out, sir. I'm going to take it one at a time. So 3 up. He's good. And he's good with double fill face. All right, now he's going to fire. Most of the shots are going to go in here with the multi-melta, the assault cannon, and one of the hurricane bolters. And then he's going to power the machine spirit, one of the missiles, into my land speeder, who is not going to jink. So, here we go. Which one do you want to do first? We're going to do the missile first. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength 8. Glancing on a 2. That's a pen. The result is a 1. So he will be snap firing anyway. So I should have done it. So womp womp. And now everything else is going to come into them. So we're going to start with the we'll start with the assault cannon. So hitting on a 3. Twin linked. All right. Wounding on 2. 6s are rending. So we got 3 wounds, 1 of which is rending. So we'll do the rend first. 4 up invul and save. No, so he's down to 1 wound, and then I'm going to look out, sir, the other 2. Both looked out, sir. And they're going to be 3 ups. Make them both with fill faces. Woo! Now the hurricane bolt is going to fire in here. Hitting on 3s. That's one's cocked. That one's good. Twin linked. All right, all but 1. Wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. I'm going to look out, sir, that. It's looked out. 3 up armor save. He's good. And now the multi-melta is firing into here. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound. I'm going to look out, sir, this. It looked out. 5 up cover save. No, he did. All right. Now the drop pod's going to fire into him. Hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. No, nothing. These guys are going to fire bolt pistols into them. So, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. He did. Doesn't matter what this one is. Oh, it was a fill face. Just to rub it in because that 1 means he's dead. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Moving on to the assault phase. These guys are going to assault into these guys over here. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. I've got 10 plasma shots, and the blacks are going to be the 2 bolter shots from my chaplain there. So these are going to be hitting on 6s because I jinxed, so I don't get the extra bonus to my ballistic skill in Overwatch for being Dark Angel. So hitting on 6s, twin linked. No, we got 1 bolter shot so far. Twin linked though. Come on, come on, come on. No 1s, all 6s. We got a couple 6s. Whoa, we got a lot of 6s. Holy crap. Alrighty, but we did get a couple 1s. So we got 2 gets hots, 3 up armor save. 1 failed that, feel no pain, 5 or 6. No, so 1 of them will be dead. Boop. But we did get 4 plasma shots and a bolter shot. So wounding on 2s, wounding on, whatchamacallit, onto 4s. All right, so we got all wounds. 1 is armor save, 4 are going to be cover saves. So, all right, we do cover saves first. 4 5-ups.
Made 3 of them.
Make 3 of them.
So 1 goes
So
down.
1 goes down, and then 1 3+ armor save. No, and another 1 goes down. So we'll come back to you with the charge. All right, so they are 6 inches away, so they're gonna have to need an 8-inch charge here because they're going through cover. No, they do not make it. So that is it for the assault phase. So we will come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, so I got both of my objectives because he held strong onto that objective. Woo! I'll take that. And then I rolled, and I got both 3 and 4, so I traded it in for kill 3 units. So, oh boy, let's see if I can do this. We'll come back to you after movement phase. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. These guys circle around these guys. These guys shot over this way. These guys shot up this way. He's staying there. This guy shot up this way. My land speeder that was over here went up here, immobilized itself, so it killed itself. These guys jumped down over this way. He jumped up here past his dangerous terrain test, and these guys stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting out the shooting phase, the guy on the right there is going to fire into those guys. Greens are going to be the bolter. Black is the multi-melta, hitting on 3s. Okay, that one's cocked. Okay, twin linked. Nope, not meant to be. So wounding on 4, wounding on a 2. All right, so that's 2 wounds. 1's AP1. He's going to go to ground. So the first guy is a 6 up. Nope. And then a 3 up armor save. No. Okay, they are squished. He is going to fire into the drop pod over here, hitting on a 3 because the multi-melt is the only thing that can do anything. That's a hit with a 6 in melta range. So looking for a 4 to glance. That is a pen plus 3 to the result because it's open top plus melta. No, that does not explode. So that is just down 1 hull point. Now the guy on the left there is going to do the same thing into it, hitting on a 3. No, and then the guy on the right there is going to do the same thing, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Melta range, looking for a 4 to glance. That is a pen plus 3 to the result. 6 immobilized. Oh, and that's immobilized, so that's going to be down another hull point. So it is a wreck. All right, these guys are going to fire into the storm raisin up there. I made myself laugh. One of the guys is in rapid fire range, so 4 shots are going into it. He is going to jink, so hitting on 6s. Nothing so far, but twin linked. Oh, nothing, but I did get against hot. 3 up. No, one of them is dead. My land speeder here is going to fire into his tactical squad down there. Black are going to be the heavy bolter. Green is going to be the assault cannon. So, hitting on 3s. All hits, pretty good. Greens are wounding on 2s. Blacks are wounding on 3s. So we got 1 rend. Those are not wounds. That is not a wound. So we've got 1 rend and 3 wounds. So 3 up saves. 1 guy's just dead. And then 3 up saves. 3 more dead. All right. My interrogator chaplain here is going to fire into his lone sergeant that's left over there, hitting on a 2. Nope. Stormbolter from here into the sergeant down there, hitting on a 3. Okay. Okay, so that's the thing is I can't hit if he's just on the ground regular in front of me. He has to be zooming past me like 90 feet in the air for me to even hit him at all. These guys are going to fire into this tactical squad over here. So we've got 8 plasma talon shots and 2 shots from bolters. All they're going to be hitting on 6s because I jinxed last turn. Yes, that was last turn, right? Yes. Yep, I jinxed last turn. So hitting on 6s, but twin linked. All right, so we've got 2 hits so far. Twin linked. Well, get back here. Oh, no more, but I did get a gets hot. Failed the armor save. 5 or 6. Feel no pain. No. Okay. But I did get 2 hits. 1 is going to be wounding on a 2, the green, and then the black is going to be wounding on a 4. All right, so that's 2 wounds. One's AP2, so the front guy is just dead. And then armor save is good, so just the front guy. All right, so he is going to fire into Greyfax over there. She is invisible, right? Yeah, she is invisible right now. So hitting on 6s. Nothing there. So the heavy bolter in here is going to do the same thing, hitting on 6s. Nope, nothing there either. So that's it for the shooting phase. Moving on to the assault phase. They are going to assault into them. So Overwatch here, hitting on 6s. Oh man, not great.
And the plasma and the
1 bolter. So the blue is going to be wounding on a 4, a 2, and a 5. So here we go. All right. So nothing over there. So just the plasma 1. So I didn't jink. Should have jinked, but I didn't jink. So I've got to feel no pain. 5 or a 6. No. So far my apothecary has not paid back anything. So did the charge distance in here? Unbelievable. 8 inches. So they're in at least, but that's still pretty pitiful. All right. So now moving over to here, my interrogator chaplain is going to go first. At initiative step 5, so he's got 3 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon plus 1 for the charge. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of because of a zealot, but no need for that. So wounding on 2s. Okay, so we got 3 wounds, 3 up armor saves. 1 goes down. And then we'll come back to you with I4. All right, so we're going to go with his guys first here. He's got 4 guys that are going to go at initiative step 4. So these are going to be hitting on 4s, okay? Wounding on 5s. We got 3 wounds. 3 up armor saves. 1 failed, 5 or 6 feel no pain. No, okay, so 1 more guy is dead, but he will get to attack back. So I've got, for those 2 guys there, I've got 2 base each, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon for each, plus 1 for the charge each. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Cocked. Rerolling because of the first round of combat. All right, all hits, pretty good. These are strength plus 1 with rending. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. 6s are rending. Okay, so we've got 3 rending, and we've got 3 armor saves. So here we go. Oh, and they go down. So that squad is wiped. I lost the 1 guy, but the other 2 are still alive. So we will consolidate them, and then we will come back to you with the objectives for the Blood Angels on turn 4. All right, my opponent got both of his objectives and then rolled a 2 and a 4. So he's going to have to hold either objective 2 and destroy an enemy unit. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. He dropped into hover mode. He's moved 6 inches over this way, and Greyfax is down inside of there as well. He dropped into hover mode over here, looking over this way, and these guys jumped out of there. Running out over this way. And he jumped up on this way, looking onto him. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase here on turn 4. All right, so my opponent rolled a 2, leaving me with 2 dice, leaving him with 6 dice. First things first, Greyfax is going to cast invisibility on herself, needing 2, and it does not go off. Next, you want to roll... Going Psychic Shriek onto my guys there.
Goes off with 1. Looking for a fill face.
Not getting it, so it goes off. So 3d6, right?
Yep.
12, so it's going to be 2 wounds onto them. I'm going to take it onto my interrogator chaplain. So I can't take armor or cover saves, so I'm going to take his invul saves here. So 2 4-up invul. Oh no, it has to be closest. Oh, but he's a character. So I'm going to look out, sir, from him. Oh, geez, this is going to get complicated. All right, so we're going to look out, sir, from my apothecary. Both looked out, sir. So they're onto my interrogator chaplain. Who'd have thunk that you'd be doing this? All right, so he's got 2 4-up invul saves. Makes 1 of them. I've got feel no pain on this one. 5 or 6. No, so he takes a wound. Okay, that could have been worse, but also could have been better. All right, moving on to the shooting phase. Greyfax is going to fire into here. So hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounded on a 5. That is not a wound, but I jinxed, so he at least got that. Drop pod is going to fire into them. I'm still jinking, so hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s.
Nothing.
We got nothing. His Libby Dread is going to fire into my Dark Shroud, who is going to jink. Hitting on a 3, so that's a hit. Not in melter range, but with melted, so we need a 2 to glance. That's a pen. 2 up jink save. He's good. Woo! Now the Valkyrie is going to fire into my squad up in here. So the loyalty laser hitting on 4s. Not bad. Wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. He's got 1 guy is dead. Now the heavy bolters are going to fire into him over here. Hitting on the 4s. That one's cocked. All right, so we've got 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. We've got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. He makes them both! Woo! And now the rocket pods are going to fire onto him. So the first one is going to be off. The next one is a direct hit. So that's got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. It's no wound. All right, the sergeant there is going to fire into my chaplain there with his grab pistol. Hitting on a 3. No. All right, his Storm Raven here jinxed last turn, so he is going to be firing his Multi-Melta and the Assault Cannon into my Bikers, and he's going to power the Machine Spirit, the Hurricane Bolter into my Chaplain there. So, which one do you want to do first?
Hurricane Bolter first.
We'll do the Hurricane Bolter first. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, Twin Links because of Power of the Machine Spirit here. All Twin Link because of the gun, but hitting on 3s because of Power of the Machine Spirit. All right, all hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds.
3 3-ups.
3 3-ups. He's got to make these all or he is dead. Oh, and he's dead. It just failed the one. All right, now the Assault Cannon and Multi-Melt are going to fire into there. I am not going to jink. I'm going to get the 5-up cover, but... All right, so red is going to be the Assault Cannon. Blue is going to be the Multi-Melta. Hitting on 6s. Nothing so far. Twin Link, though, in all of this. Ooh, we got 2 of them, not bad. So the red is going to be wounding on a 3. The blue is going to be wounding on a 2. So we got 2 wounds.
So 1 5-up, 1 3-up.
1 5-up, 1 3-up. So we'll do, which one do you want to do first? Do the 5-up first. 5-up cover save. No, so one of them is dead. 3-up armor save. Oh, and he's good. All right, so that is that's shooting. These guys are going to fire bolt pistols into the bike. So, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 5s. We got 2 wounds. Oh, boy. 2 3-up armor saves. He's good with the whole fill phase. Woo! All right, that's it for shooting phase. He passes leadership. He failed, but he stayed on the board, which is killer. So over here, he is going to charge in the assault phase into my bike there. I did not jinx, so I get firing on 5s and 6s. All right, twin linked. Got 1 hit, and 1 gets hot. 3-up armor save. Okay, made it with a 6 for the fill phase. Thank God, that's the first freaking gets hot that I've managed to pass. So I got 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound, 5-up. He's good. All right, so they need a 6-inch charge. Can they make it? They are in. So we'll move them in and come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so we're both fighting at I4. So my guy has 2 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combo weapon. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. All right, got 2 hits. Strength 5, wounding on a 3. 6s are rending. I got 1 wound. 3-up. He's good, and now he's got 10 attacks on the charge here with Furious Charge, so they're going to be Strength 5.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep.
All right, so these are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, and Strength 5, so wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds, 3 3-up armor saves. And oh, I failed the 1. That's all it needed. So he wins that combat. So he will consolidate, and then we will come back to you with the objectives for Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, so I got my kill 3, and then I rolled and I chose 1 and 3. So hold either objective 1 and then destroy an enemy unit. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, movement phase. These guys all shuffled around here. He failed his dangerous terrain test and then failed his armor save. Everyone else passed it. These guys shuffled around over this way. These guys shot up over this way, and he rolled 3, moved through cover, so he's just inside there, looking to possibly get a run. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 4. All right, shooting phase. We're going to start on the guy on the right here. He's going to shoot into him who is going to jink. So we've got the multi-melta hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Glancing on a 4. He's got ceramite armor, so I don't get to melta range it. No, nothing on that one. So the second one is going to do the same thing, hitting on a 3. No, third guy. No, fourth guy. Hits. 4 to glance. Can't see. 4, it's a glance. 4 up, jink save. Oh, and he's good. Oh, that is killer. Drop hard is going to fire into his sergeant over there, hitting on a 3. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got 2 wounds. Double fill faces. That's got to be luck, right? So 2 3 ups. Oh, and he failed, and he goes down. All right, now the land speeder there is going to fire into the Storm Raven. The only thing to do anything is the assault cannon. Heavy bolter can't hurt him. So hitting on 3s. All right, 4 hits. Looking for 6s. 6s will rend, so they will be pens, but not that it matters. It just needs the whole point. So looking for 6s. Nothing. Oh, I needed that so hard. All right, that's actually it for the shooting phase. Yeah, that's it for the shooting phase. So that's all I can do. Everyone else ran. This guy ran up 6 inches to the top there. These guys flatted out. My leadership, my warlord trait was an extra 3 in the flat out, so they shot up over that way. But that is it for my movement phase, and I'm not going to charge any. No, I'm not going to charge anything. So we will come back to you after with the objectives for the Dark Angels on turn 5. Movement phase for the Blood Angels. These guys shuffled around looking onto my biker there. He's still in hover mode right over there. Greyfax is shooting around this direction over this way. He's still in hover mode, shooting over this way, contesting the objective up there. And he's sticking it out right there, holding on to that objective over there because he couldn't get within range of him moving. So that is it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so for the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 4, leaving me with 4 dice, leaving him with 8 dice. So starting off, she is going to cast invisibility on herself, needing 2. Not getting it, just with the 1. All right. And now she is going to cast Psychic Shriek onto my guys over there. So going off with 3, so needing 3 fill faces. Come on, you can do it. No, not a single fill face. Not that I can really complain. So here comes the 3d6, minus 10, 11,
13.
So 13. All right, so 3 wounds. Chaplain's first, so he's going to, he's going to do it 1 at a time. So 4 up. He's good with a fill face. 4 up. He's good with a 4. 4 up. No, feel no pain. No, so the chaplain is down to 1. That's killer. All right, shooting phase. Greyfax is going to fire into the squad over there, hitting on. They're going to jink. Mastercrafted. Oh, that's a hit. Wounding on a 5. That's not a wound. Drop pod here is going to fire into my marine up on top here, hitting on 3s. We got 2 hits, wounding on 4s. We've got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. He's good! Woo! All right, now the Valkyrie is going to shoot into him in a world of overkill. Here comes the multi-laser, hitting on 4s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. He's good! Woo! And now the heavy bolters are firing in here, hitting on 4s. All right, we got 3 hits. Yep. Wounding on 3s. We got 1 wound. Don't worry, this is going to be the 1, isn't it? 1 3-up armor save. No, he's good with a fill face. Woo! All right, these guys are going to fire into the bike with their bolt pistols. So we've got 5 shots hitting on 3s. All right, we got 3 hits, wounding on 5s. We got nothing. All right, moving on to this guy here. He's going to power the Machine Spirit, the Multi-Melta into my Land Speeder, who is going to jink. And then he's going to shoot both of the Hurricane Bolters and the Assault Cannon into my Biker there, who is not going to jink. So, we'll do the Multi-Melta first, hitting on 3. That's a hit. Melta range, looking for 2. That's a pen. 4 up, jink save. No rerollable because of Ravenwing. That's cocked. Yeah, he's good! Woo! Now the Assault Cannon's firing into my guy there, hitting on 3s,
Sixes.
twin, oh, hitting on 6. No, oh, because he jinxed, that's right. 6s, twin linked. Nope, nothing there.
Right.
Then the Hurricane Bolter will come back to you with that. And here come the Hurricane Bolters, hitting on 6. Oh, got 1 so far. Twin linked. Got another one, so 2 hits, wounding on 5s. Nothing there. All right, moving on to assault phase, because that's it for shooting phase. These guys are going to assault into my bike over here. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. Greens are going to be the Bolter. Black is the Multi-Melta. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Hitting on 3s. Come on, Phil. Okay, that misses. 1 hit so far. 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. No, 1 goes down. All right, they need a 4-inch charge through cover here. Ooh, what's this one?
It's a 5.
Oh, it's a 5. Okay, so they are in. So we'll move them in and we'll come back to you with a fight sub phase. All right, so at I4, both my guy and his guys go at the same time. So we'll do my 2 attacks here, base. Hitting on 4s. Nothing. So now he's got 8 attacks on the charge, hitting on 4s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 4s because he's strength 5 with Furious Charge. So we've got 3 wounds. 3 up armor saves. He almost made it. He did. So he will consolidate, and then we will come back to you with the Maelstrom objectives for Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, so I got both of my objectives, and then I rolled and got 4 and 5. So kill an enemy unit, and then have a scoring unit at least partially within 12 inches of his deployment edge, or within his deployment zone. Sorry. So that is what I've got here for objectives. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 5. Turn 5. Movement phase for the Dark Angels. He stood still. These guys shuffled around. He shuffled around. And these guys all stood still. And that is it. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 5. All right, starting over here, he's going to shoot into his Storm Raven up there. He is jinking. So only thing that can do anything is Multi-Melta. Hitting on a 3. It's a hit. Glancing on a 4. That's a pen. 4 up jink save. No, so it will be dead. Let's see if it explodes. +2. No, it doesn't. So it is just a wreck. All right. All right, this guy in the middle of this are going to fire into the tactical squad there. So hitting on 3s. Twin linked. All right. Wounding on a 4. Wounding on a 2. Okay. Next guy's going to try to do the same thing. Hopefully a little bit better. All right, everything hits. 2 and 4. Okay, so we got 2 wounds. One's AP 1. So one's a 5 up. Let's do that one first. 5 up. No, and then a 3 up. What's that one?
Good.
It's good. So one guy is dead. Stormbolter from the drop pod is going to fire into them. Hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got 2 wounds. 2 3 ups. 1 is dead. All right, he is going to fire into Greyfax over here. Hitting on 3s. Okay. And then wounding on 2s because she's toughness 3. I got 2 wounds. 2 3 ups.
Good to go.
She's good to go. All right, he is going to fire into the back of his Libby Dread over there. So, got 3 shots hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Glancing on a 5. Nope, nothing there. And my Land Speeder is going to fire into the tactical squad here. Black are the Heavy Bolter, green are the Assault Cannon. All hitting on 6s because he jinked. All right, we got 1 hit. Wounding on a 2, 6s rending. That's a wound, but not rend. 3 up. He's good. That's it for the shooting phase, but these guys failed their leadership test and fell back 6 inches, so I cannot charge them. So that will be it for the Dark Angels turn here. That's the end of turn 5. So let's see if that is when the end of the game. So on a 3 up, it goes on. It does go on. So we will come back to you with objectives for turn 6. for Blood Angels. Movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 6. These guys rallied and jumped up on top of the wreckage over there. He's staying still on top of that objective. She's jumping out this way, looking to get some more psychic shriek onto them. And that is it. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so for psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 5, leaving me with 5 dice, leaving him with 9 dice. So first, he is going to psychic shriek into my guys over there. Needing to go off with 2, does go off with 3, but perils. Let's see if I can deny it. Looking for 3 6s. Not getting a single one again, so it does go off. Let's see what the perils result. Oh no. Leadership, what's her leadership? 10. Oh, she's good. So she takes a wound, but she's still alive. Right. So then the psychic shrieking it.
Well, invisibility.
Well, let's do the psychic shriek, because we have to, let's do the psychic shriek. So we got 3d6. 12, 14. Oh boy.
4 wounds, Phil.
4 wounds, 14. All right, I've got to, I'm going to look out Sir these. So it's 4 wounds, right?
Yep, 4 wounds, Phil.
Okay. I'm going to look out Sir these.
Okay.
All right. Oh, he has to take 1.
Okay.
But the others are looked out Sir onto my...
You have to do it one at a time.
Yes, I got to do it one at a time. So we'll do his first. We got a 4 up invul save. He's good. Then onto the apothecary. Let's see if I can make 1 feel no pain this whole damn game. All right, 5 or 6. Oh, and he's good on that one. Second one. No, so the apothecary is dead, and I've got 1 left. This 1 die here, I've got a 50-50 chance of killing my warlord, because he's got 1 wound left and 1 invul save left for this. If I make it a 4+, he's going to live. If I don't, he's dead, and that gives up slay the warlord, and I also lose an objective over there. It ain't going to be great for me. So, oh boy, let's see what happens. 4+ invul save. Has he been praying to the Emperor? No! I don't won! Ah! So that is slay the warlord. Oh, killer! Oh man, now she is going to try to make herself invisible. Looking for 2, goes off with 2, so she is invisible. All right, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, moving on to the shooting phase. Drop pod is going to fire into my lone marine over here, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 4s. No, nothing there. All right, now the multi-laser is going to fire into him, hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. No, and he's dead. Oh, this is not great. And now his tactical squad there is going to rapid fire into my bike here. So hitting on 3s. Got 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound. 3 up armor save. No, he takes a wound. What is going on with my dice? Now Greyfax is going to rapid fire into him. He is going to jink. So on 6s. No, hitting on 3s.
Right.
Mastercrafted. That's a hit. Looking for a 6 to glance. No, nothing there. All right.
She is going to charge him.
And she is probably going to charge him. So we'll come back to you with the assault phase. All right, the only charge is going to be Greyfax into him. So leading a 9-inch charge. Ooh, so close. Just out. All right, so that is it for the Blood Angels' turn. We will come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels on turn 6. All right, so I got both of my objectives, and then I rolled and got 2 and 4. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. Movement phase, these guys jumped up onto the objective over there looking on them. He has to stay still. He shot over this way, and he shot up that way, and he shot over there, and that's it. That's all I got left. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Drop pod is going to fire into his tactical marines, hitting on 3s. We got 2 hits, wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. 1 3-up armor save. He's good. Land Speeder is going to fire into his tactical marines over here. Blacks are the heavy bolter. Greens are the assault cannon, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Alright, greens are wounding on 2s. Blacks are wounding on 3s. 6s are rending on the greens. Okay. So we've got 5 wounds. None of them are rending. So 5 3-up armor saves. Oh, they are dead. Okay. He is going to snap fire into Greyfax over here. Hitting on 6s because she's invisible, also because he jinked, so 6s regardless. Nothing there. So that is it for the shooting phase. I've got one guy who's going to flat out, but that is boring to watch. So, but that might be the end of the game. So, John, let's roll again to see if it goes on. 4 up. No, that is the end of the game. So we will come back to you with the results. All right, at the end of the game, we tallied it up. I took Maelstrom. I took First Blood. I took Linebreaker. John has Linebreaker. He also has Slay the Warlord. And we tied the primary with his holding this objective and this objective. Me holding this objective and this objective. So that means it is a Dark Angel victory. 8-4. So, oh my God, this was so close. I had no idea if it had gone on to turn 6. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. I think it could have gone either which way. Like the whole time through, I had some incredible shots at his flyers, and then I had some not incredible saves. Oh man, it was crazy town. Crazy town. So much fun, so brutal. I had no idea what was happening. There was a period there where I thought I really had it in hand, and then I didn't have any clue what was going to happen. So, as always, we always keep beating each other up. Every time we meet, we just slaughter each other to a man, it seems. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I have been, as always, Phil, the Glacial Geek. My opponent's been John, and until next time, have fun.